This is Channel Pal, and the same one that was a little bit of bad news. Well, this is related to sports, and then in the same one now. Well, oh yeah, this is the same voice in the here from the channel. Joshua Can't Humans YouTube page. So thank you for liking it. Get likes and subscribes and all this thing, because it's owned by the Pal service, and end up I might be the person at this. President of the Pound Committee and some sort. It's the way it is. So let's well say thank you for the end of liking us. But back to the story. Well, I found out some bad news right now. Because of COVID-19 and also coronavirus outbreak and pandemic, I found out the only non-essential sports related, which are the ones that is still living without fans, is the only ones that might return. Well, the sports include of like auto racing, which includes NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, and some sort, allow the return without fans because they can live without fans. So let's see why. Horse racing, which is also another one that will not have fans of some sort, which is related to the Kentucky Derby and some sort. Yeah, like NASCAR, they can live themselves without fans, which is kind of good. And also, there's one other thing too. I think canoe, kayak, and others will in return without having fans, so it's kind of way it is. Well, if you have stadium and arena sports, which it needs fans, might be dead. And I'm kind of say this in a horrible way. When I found out Major League Soccer, the plans to return in July, already cut whole entire season. Instead of based on the normalized season, you usually see games after games after games. Instead, they're going to do the FIFA Women's World Cup and the FIFA World Cup style of games at this point. Start up the stage events. And then the stage events, they'll play at least like 5 games to different groups. After that's completed, and then go to the group of 16. That one team but then failed to compete, they get out. And then go to quarterfinal, the semifinal, and then the final. Where you heard that before. Yep, FIFA is copied off of FIFA World Cup stages. So it's kind of like, yeah, they let me change from that to that, which really is kind of awful. Anna B is cancelled. Yeah. I found out there's no releases in this one, and now it's gonna be too late. The All-Star Game meeting is going to be able to be canceled. They should have been held in LA, which is awful. So the NLB season is completely canceled. NBA's 2019-2020 season, it just ended short with no champion. NHL will have canceled the Stanley Cup final and the rest of the season. It's now outright canceled. So yeah. So the end of the question is, how about NSL? NSL, if we have a season, seeing all the way happen already. So yeah, NSL, I might say NSL had canceled preseason, so they going to start with regular season, which starts in September. But if they have the game, because they have it's runs from September to December. So yeah. So that's in the fall, or like late. Is that late summer? Late summer to fall. So yeah, right about there. Well, so far, that is like a long time away. And the problem is social distancing of some sort is coming to prevent and they end up go away. But I don't know. I think social distancing the others will go away in the fall. So we might or might not have an NSL season. If we do, most of the September games will likely be delayed to likely into December, and the Super Bowl might be moved to March, some sort, which means. So I don't know for sure. I think NSL is a question mark, and then it might end up happening or not. NHL and NBA's 2021 let me repeat this again. NBA and NHL season 2020 and 2021 season is still a big question mark too. despite and the fan disturbance is despite it. Their season usually doesn't start until October, November. So yeah, this is my into the fall. So if this social distancing is completely over by fall, that's a good sign. And NFL and NBA NHL return is really for real. So yeah, they end up seeing. I think the first game in the Rangers ballpark for the Texas Rangers is not until 2021, despite the grand opening is in this year. That means if you're hoping the Texas Rangers playing their game, well, like tough fucking luck, SOL, because the whole entire season might probably be canceled. And MLB cannot play games in the winter, and I found out the hard way. Because in the here's how baseball works. The pitch, and then you had to throw the ball to the air to the bat hit higher into the fans. The problem is the cold weather might keep the ball lower, not higher. When the ball hits it, you literally have to hit the ball on ice. So that means you literally do not go high enough, and that means it'll be like a boring game. This is why baseball can't play in the winter. Let's see why. Unless they bring heaters into the ballparks, which I kind of doubt it. So I think MLB's season is probably scrapped really in this point. Well, the problem is also they might also affect the qualifying of the World Baseball Classic. So that means I think next year's World Baseball Classic is going to be counted by who's higher in the standings in the qualifier, which is going to be different. So yeah, so that's what it is. That means who's higher in the World Baseball Committee standings will be qualified for the baseball classics the next year, despite all the qualifying games will be freaking canceled because of the pandemic. Major League Soccer's most of the seasons is having Major League Soccer is going to be shortening, and all the championship games are canceled already. So 2020 sports season is already in a bad, rough start for the late in the year. Of some sort. Anyway, how about the championship games outside of the United States? Well, the 2020 Asian Beach Games is still going. The only multi-sport event which still survives. The cancellation of some sort, which is held in Sanya, China. Of some sort. Any championships might be returned in the fall, which is, thank the Lord, which includes, I think, mostly arena sports, winter sports like skiing of some sort. But I think skiing is, another one of those sports that can live without fans, which is kind of not surprised by that because you can ski without fans, and I'm found out the hard way. So that means skiing championships still might be kept going. I found this. So that means most of the good and big games will not return until next year. So if the fall get affected, that's because it affected mine to 2021. About all those multi-sport events and stuff, which is a problem. So yeah. So that means all the summertime events is kind of shortening for some sports, canceled for the others. How about lacrosse? I never checked lacrosse. I think lacrosse is probably canceled. Because of already which has going on. Because they don't take shortening events like the soccer does. Instead, I think they don't do it. So I hate to say this. I think MLB is canceled. National League or Major League Lacrosse is probably canceled as well. NFL and the new season NBA and NHL still question mark. Chips in multi-sport events is returning in the old format, thankfully. And outside of the United States, at this point, it's mostly held in. That's where it is. All the other stuff of former glory and some sort, it will be back in 2021. So that means if you really want to watch the summertime events, well, like Microsoft said with the end of with our internet, just look at spreadsheets for forever, and yeah, for you guys, you lay down to have like 3 choices: horse racing, auto racing, motorcycle racing. That's it. Because all the ball sports are gonna be shortening and delayed, and even most of them are canceled. Because I think the reason is, they can survive this up without fans, but social distancing is a big no-no. And of course, especially baseball, it had to be really close to each other to catch the ball. It does not work by the government, so when like I said, you're kind of big SOL on the MLB season. Also, might also track differently by the WBSC, known as the World Baseball and Softball Confederation. My plan to do for the World Baseball Classic 6U is add every single team which will never gone for qualifying into it by the standings. Yeah, this is I think what they do instead. I think using the standings to who is allowed into the World Baseball Classics and one which was not going to be in it. This is because, like I said, the qualifying games will probably be canceled because of the pandemic. So yeah, we'll see what all we have in MLB this year. If not, they might force everyone involved in qualifying to be in the World Baseball Classics. So they might be extending more ballparks and even extending games. So yeah, that means the World Baseball Classics qualifying is now becoming the World Baseball Classics in a 2-in-1, which is and all the teams are supposed to be qualified in the Classic instead of going qualifying game. So that means this is going to be a largest World Baseball Classic in history waiting to happen. So see why. Yeah, so yeah, nah. So yeah, those way it is. Also, if you live in Canada, a CFL is also in question too, whether they should return or not. And the NSL and CFL is I think still in question. Yeah, it's by if the CDC get rid of social distancing and sanitize and clean stuff in the fall, it'll allow to be back with nurses and social on patrol than I was hoping for the whole time. If they do that, NSL is also will not be harmed. Instead, it's going to be playing with fans. I found out Talladega NASCAR is playing with fans in NASCAR if it's only staying in one state. For areas outside the U.S. with fans might be returned likely in the winter. So I found out already. If I think social distancing and sanitizing, masks and eating will be removed in the fall. Hopefully, if we do, the fans will return to their seats and the season will get back to where it's normal. So yeah. So if it happens, if not, NSL will probably be canceled, either for CFL. So yeah. This is now becoming a record number of sports events and even areas outside of sports being canceled on the world record numbers and pace. Because they cancel all the spring and then already cancel most of the summer. Who knows? They may cancel most of the fall, which is all the way up to 100,000 to 500,000 events has been canceled and delayed, which is a Guinness World Record most. I think it's gonna be in the most since I think World War II and World War I combined. So you see why. So this is I think what's up. So I will not get any more updates on this. This is official. This is what I found out. Yeah, so some sort of it. Oh yeah, last question. Is any meetings with IOC especially be for council of some sort should have those meetings over summer? Well, yes, but not live. Instead, it's gonna be virtualized on PCs, so it's gonna affect me. And then I found out, like, bad sign already, but I found out it does not hurt me. So thankfully, so yeah, so the championships in inside normal base is gonna be back in the fall, so that means I'm gonna be good. So yeah, for all this, so other news will not be back in at this point. Well, hope you like the video. Like or subscribe or ring a bell when they wait for new notifications and on some sort. And P.S. YouTube's removing polls and also others and for postings because the community is also being canceled. So this wanted to save Google's money as of some sort. To do also, and this is it. So hope you like my video. See you in the next video. And this is Channel Pal for an update. And this is Channel Pal on YouTube. Have a great day, everyone, and see you next time.